Hi, good day. I am John Scheit, Key Account Manager at Advanced Systems Group and a Director of Membership at SMPTE, the National Association of Broadcasting Show, NAB 2026, was held just a few weeks ago at the Las Vegas Convention Center. It is the largest trade show in the media and entertainment industry, with 1,200 exhibits spread over 3 buildings and more than 60,000 attendees. I am joined by representatives from the SMPTE student chapters at City College of San Francisco and De Anza College, sponsored by the SMPTE SF section, who attended the NAB show and we're looking to get their views on the show. Let's take a quick look at NAB. So let me introduce our panelists, starting from the Broadcast, Media, and Electronic Arts at City College of San Francisco. And start with Lorena Bennett.
Hi, my name is Lorena Bennett, and I am a student at CCSF BEMA, which is Broadcast, Electronic, Media Arts. And I am finishing out this semester 2 certificates, one in television productions, and then one in video editing and post-production. And I also have a master's degree in multimedia and communications. I went to NAB this year and last, but this is a clip that I have made from this past. I'm at NAB. Here I am, looking around, getting lost, and let's see what I find. Oh look, you guys see this. Okay, here we go, the simulator.
Yeah, this is the controller, it's a motion stick.
Okay.
That's different from traditional drone, right? Drone,
Yeah.
you always want going up.
Yeah.
No, we want you going low.
Oh, you can see it?
Yeah, we can see what you see.
Very cool. I think I'm done. I'm in mid-flight.
Yeah, I want to introduce you to the adjustment controls down here. We're just going to do this on the clip level. That's where a lot of the power in color mode is.
Do you want to step inside?
Sure. It's soundproof? Love it.
What does that say? These are back and forth.
Camera 1, then we can control the joystick, 2, or you can put them all right here. There's 6 cameras, hit this one, you control that. Camera 2, control that. So yeah, this gives you one central place for it.
We continue now with Nicholas De Silva. Nico.
Hi, John. My name is Nico De Silva, and I am in my fourth year. I've completed my cinema degree here in City College of San Francisco. I am the acting SMPTE chapter president for City Fellows of San Francisco and State. I love representing SMPTE. I got to go. This is my second year return to NAB. NAB. The NBA is going on right now. Is in my head. Sorry, but this year was not as big as last year. Last year was overwhelming. So this year I really got to go and explore technology and also software for the NAB show. So I'm excited to share some of the stuff that that's experienced later on in the show. Thank you.
Well, let me continue with Jose Goodrich.
Hello, everybody. My name is Javi. Born and raised in San Francisco. I'm a student at San Francisco Student College. I've completed my foundations in film, broadcasting, and electronic media, and I'm preparing to transfer to San Francisco State next fall. Hey everybody, my name is Javi. This is Koga.
Yo!
We're here at the NAB Las Vegas 2026.
It's not just about the music. It's about the people.
Right now we're at the Anti-Gravity 8K 360 drone booth. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, my name is Javi. We're gonna go check out the Allen and Heath booth.
Some really high-end touring artists that are out there carrying the D-Live out there on tour. We're doing some trainings coming up in Northern California. We got May 19th in Hayward, near San Francisco, at Sound Image, and we also have on May 21st in Sacramento. So we'd love to have you guys out. Come and get some hands-on training. It's free to attend.
So Javier, how you liking NAB so far?
NAB is pretty amazing, man. I know you've seen me try to like peek at everything because it kind of piques my interest. I feel like I've only tapped into 5% of the whole convention. So hopefully we get through this. I am very fascinated with everything I've seen overall. It's just so much information to digest, and I'm coming to a point where I need to zone into what I'm looking for and just like minimize my interest. Even if there's a lot to look at, but I just need to zone into some of the things I really want to check out. Thank you.
Koga. Hi, I'm Brent Koga. I'm a student at CCSF and Social State. Yeah. I'm showing you highlights of. There you go.
Our lenses are used in our Mandalorian.
Oh wow. Yeah, that was nice.
All right, well, thank you, Mr. Cruzman. And now I'd like to move on to Zachary Francis, who comes from Cupertino.
Hi, my name is Zachary Francis. I am from De Anza College, where I'm the SMPTE chapter president over there. I've gotten my start in media, anything, broadcasting, cameras, production, SMPTE standards, and I've been loving it. And NAB was such a great experience to learn even more, since I only know the elementary stuff. right here we got a video for you of just me and my other SMPTE chapter members playing with a really cool RE camera.
Yeah, this one's 290, this one's a 90. Yeah, this is my lightweight build here. I'll throw it on some shoulders.
Ooh, Robert, Vanessa.
Focus right there.
We went to a really, this is our first actual lighting. This is so like.
This is going to be a picture I got to send to Joy.
Oh, this video can get to Joy.
Kind of nice for balance.
And then every
bigger battery for balance. Oh yeah, that's fantastic.
I'm just his prodigy.
You can turn this. You're going to forward or back, depending on whatever's the most comfortable. And you're right, helping out with focus. Okay.
I'm gonna go this way.
How's the weight feel about
Oh yeah, for the entire
Got it?
Okay, I'll try it. So you go, Robert.
Oh god, I gotta take that picture.
Let me know when you got it. Or 14, so it's gonna be really wide lens. That's our 10 now, 10.5. That's our widest one.
Oh wow. Zach.
And then obviously you can put a viewfinder here. We just were showing it with a joint venture small HD, the CCM one here. It's got full camera controls, full touchscreen monitor.
Really? Yeah. Cool.
Oh, hi, Brandon.
Hey, Brandon.
Would either of you guys like to try this out? Brandon, you want to try it? Sure.
They had the lens cleaner.
Really? Thanks for the videos. And I want to start by asking what really stood out for you at the NAB show. So, Lorena, let me start with you again.
Yeah. I think what stood out to me right away, this was my second year, and again, I was blown away by the large amount of space filled with exhibitors, filled with people walking all over the place for days. And I came across quite a few booths. One was MIMO Live, one was PI Engineering, one was McHart Module Systems, which was a like a soundproofing, which I thought was amazing because of all those people and all those sounds, you can go into one small sound booth and close the door behind you and hear nothing.
So continue on with Nico.
Sure, yeah. You know, as I mentioned, they had two halls, west and north. North was for like hardware, equipment, cameras, and so forth. I actually went to the west hall and I got to check out Cablecast TV. It's a really cool over-the-top platform that allows you to create your own channel and program it. You can connect it with Roku, you can connect it with Netflix, and I'm getting ready to start a channel to showcase animation and so forth. So I'm like, this is a great opportunity. It's automated, painless, and I got a great presentation from the crew there, and I was just blown away by what the possibilities are of having your own channel and actually going out and creating your own market using their technology.
Okay, and then Have.
One thing that interested me from the NAB show was the bookstore. Definitely, I've seen some exclusive books that came out this year, and I haven't seen them yet in any of my local bookstores or online.
I think for me, this is my first year going. What stood out me the most was the lenses. They're getting more expensive now. One almost costs as much as a Tesla. So it's getting crazy.
The whole darn ordeal, like Koga, it was also my first year, and it was like a theme park for video and audio. They did this, different companies like Black Magic Design or Canon had these camera petting zoos where they had an array of cameras all pointed at one setup scene with live actors, different things going on throughout the day, professional lighting, and you as a participant could just walk up and try out these. Each one was their own individual camera rig. And for me, as someone who's only played with the equipment at our De Anza school, it was an amazing time. It showed me what you can do if you're trying to sell a product. That's what all of those booths were doing. They had actors, and it kind of taught me something on how to reach an audience.
So those were some great first impressions, and I was just like, okay, so what was the second thing that you might want to bring up, talk about? So Lorena, let me go back to you.
Yeah, sure. So I'm taking a live streaming class here at BEMA, and so we came across Mimo Live, which is a live streaming platform, and the gentleman there, Mr. Slade, showed us around, and he showed us how, what a complicated situation is now simplified.
Okay.
So everything just kind of goes into one box, and it's just incredible, the switching. But there was an audio guy there as well. They had an iPad that was working. It was actually still, for me, a little complicated, but I believe him when he says that it was simplified, because it just looked like what we're doing here today in class. It was pretty interesting and very relevant.
So that's really the trick now, is bringing production so that what was many people become simplified with fewer staff, honestly. And I think you and Nico together also actually took a closer look at Mimo Live, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. We got the demonstration from Mr. Slade. He showed us the possibilities of using Mimo Live. I do want to thank their guide help at NAB show. We couldn't find the booth to save our souls, and this one woman did her best to keep looking for it. She goes, "It's not a booth. It's right over there." And we were able to get our footage in, and so we want to thank her. But, also, too, when you're going to an app show, you're finding out the latest and greatest to make your life easier to do what you need to get done. And I'm coming from a cinema major, someone who wants to make lots of movies and so forth. And I hopped over to DJI. I went to Sony first, and they were my only disappointment. No announcement of a new camera. But I went to DJI, and they had a couple of cool products of the focus puller. Oh, Mimo, okay, and then also Mimo Live. I just want to make sure I give a shout out to Mimo Live, because that's what we got to experience with Mr. Slade for doing live streaming. It's probably the best live streaming platform.
This
to be
is
able
Nico
to use.
from City College of San Francisco. I'm the president of the SMPTE chapter for CCSF and San Francisco State. I'm here with Michael Slade from Mimo Live, and he's going to give us a demonstration on Mimo Live with Bird Dog.
So what we're doing here is we're using Mimo Live to send out sessions from the Creative Labs classroom. There's a guy over here that is managing the audio for the house. He's giving us an audio feed, taking that. If you're used to seeing what a regular production studio wiring looks like, it tends to be very complicated.
And you tell the story to help you make your storytellers, and the story is what is short.
This is extremely simple. So 4 of these are cameras. 2 of these are what we call are these Zowie boxes that take in an HDMI feed and give you an NDI feed. And that's it. That's the entire studio wiring and also powering for all these devices. And so the audio is being fed into there, the video is being fed into there, the video camera controls are run from there. And this show is being recorded locally. We'll then send that file up to the cloud. But meanwhile, we're also showing it on a YouTube live or on a Zoom live feed. Part of what's going on here also is we have an AI flow where we're taking a document given to us by the show, and it's a spreadsheet. We're taking that spreadsheet, and there's an AI bot that scrapes that, pulls out the names of the participants, when they're coming up, and their company names, automatically populates the graphics for the show. So we don't have to type in any of that. That's all automatic, and feeds them into the template in MIMO Live. This is what's being worked on at the moment. These are the sources, and that's the program feed. You can see the audio being done here. This is our rundown over here. And so it's all being controlled through one Mac. So glad you could come by.
Thank you. I'm so glad we found you.
Got a great program over there.
Yes, we do. Yeah. Thank you. Alicia thanks you too.
Take care.
So I caught your note about Sony, so I think a lot of us are waiting to see what the replacement for the FX9 is going to be. But in the meantime, the FX6 had some nice enhancements, so something to look at. So I want to continue with Javi.
Yeah, my name's Javi again. The second thing that piqued my interest was a production card by Innovative. Their production cards have everything I actually need. They had the mounting for the camera, which is a tripod head, a ball 360 head. They had TV mounts on the cart, so I could do a live production, or I could just do my live editing there. There's also the fact that these carts can fold into like a little suitcase, and it was just amazing. Like I actually found it really interesting.
And Koga.
Once again, this is my first year going. I think what really stood out to me is just the future.
One of the things that I'm learning at De Anza is workflow, how to establish a workflow, the best ways to communicate. And at NAB, it was a great experience to see what software is used, how people communicate, just the overall industry standards. And something specific to De Anza that I really enjoyed seeing were the LED walls. We are in the movements of getting an LED wall in our soundstage. And to just get an idea of how you even use one, NAB was great for that. There were trackers, and that was gnarly technology. Or there was this amazing setup with a spaceship, the front cockpit of a spaceship, and all of the depth inside of the spaceship, what have you, was just the LED wall itself. Sure, it's something that you can do with the green screen, but to truly visualize it and have it happen and have the lighting affect the characters and all of that jazz, like, I really got to see that technology and what students at De Anza are going to be able to do, or at least try to do as beginning students, with the real industry stuff shown at the show. And that was just like, as a student, if you want to know what you can do, check out like what the peak, the most that you can do, and then work up to that sort of deal. So it was great to see the LED walls and how they're used, and it makes me more excited for our students to see, what they can do, what spaceships they'll build.
And certainly virtual production was huge for the NAB show and where TV is going, where NAB is going, and presentations by Live Effects and Zero Density and Brainstorm and Disguise and so on and so on. Very exciting stuff, like Symmetry. But let me get maybe one last impression from you then about NAB, something that you saw. Lorena?
let's see, something else that I saw was PI engineering. They have something called X keys, and they make consoles and what do you call those, joysticks, and everything is well color coded. And the X keys are they work with other software. They're compatible for like hotkeys. So it's just, it streamlines the work even more. So it's just, for me, it's kind of above my understanding level, but I understand that it is simplifying something that is more complicated. So it's just sort of like wondering what's underneath the hood, but just to see the car, you know what I mean? And it's got its great paint job. That's what PI engineering was for me. You know, it just made it look like a shiny car, and you just want to drive it. You know, you just want to push the joystick around and hit buttons and stuff and just go live streaming all day long. That's what I wanted to do when I saw that stuff. Yeah.
That's great. You know, I mean, human interfaces and physical consoles and so on still have a really important place in production. And what PI engineering and Cover and Stream Deck with the Elgato and Scarhoy would be another example of just really fantastic consoles that allow you to really simplify operations. So, Nico, what would you point out?
I'm going to have to say DJI. You know, I took my drone class here at City College, and I have a drone. I have the Mini 4 Pro, but I also wanted to get a focus puller for shooting my films. When I took my classes here at City College, we had to manually focus pull, mark the lens at 2 spots to make sure you had that perfect smooth focus pull from one actor to another. This new device from DJI, it's a focus puller with LiDAR. You can program it with an app and so forth. So as your characters move throughout the scene, it'll automatically remember and it'll make the focus pull perfect. And I got to see an experiment with it, and I was just blown away by it. So it's now on my Christmas wish list, so I can make my movie. There is also the DJI also has a portable generator, which makes absolutely zero noise, which is awesome. So now you can shoot outside and have power to do what you want to get done with the lighting and so forth, and not have to worry about any sound mess ups and so forth, you know, or the generators fighting with your actors' voices and so forth. So, yeah.
Sounds good. Javi, you actually got there a day before the exhibits open on the Saturday of the show so that you could attend the SMPTE Innovation. And tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I had the opportunity to sign up for a premium pass, and I got there on a Saturday. I got to Las Vegas on a Saturday for the show, and I think I walked into the wrong shows because there was a time schedule, and I forgot that I had to go through the time schedule looking at my app. And some of the times related to other booths that I was interested in, and I was looking at broadcasting beyond Earth, building the moon to Mars streaming tech. So that piqued my interest. It was just a bunch of streaming technology that they were talking about, and connecting satellites, connecting devices to stream, or not only stream, just communicate. I think that was interesting. It was like, I was blown away how everything is advanced. I think 2110, the new SMPTE broadcasting, is that what it is? 2110?
Yeah, right.
2110. I think that's going to be the leading technology with that too. So I'm very fascinated with that information and the AI services that are coming up. You know, I found it really interesting.
Toga, would you continue? Yeah, please.
For me, like I said, this is my first year going. Everything just stood out, all the companies, and it just seems like for students it's very overwhelming at first. But when you go there and you go specifically for what you want to do, when you have time to like the interesting stuff that you want to see, you get a lot more out of it. And you know, first I was there for like business, but then after that, this third day I was like there for like pleasure and see what stuff I want to do, especially the lenses and everything, and how, you know, I get to learn all, you know, the capabilities of it and stuff too, and then, you know, see where my future goes in terms of like, you know, this media out space.
Zachary.
I agree with Koga. It was very overwhelming to begin with. Walking to like again, there were two large. This was They're probably bigger convention centers, but anyways, I didn't know where to go. There were so many booths. But the best pathfinder to know my way around were what trinkets they had on the tables to give out to people. And honestly, that's how I started the conversation and learned anything. Like when I first walked into the convention, I saw a nice pen, grabbed it, looked up, and then I had a great conversation with whatever company about the graphics for live sports, you know, the lines on a football field or tracking the players. Like they were doing live AI King. And it was such a cool thing because I'm like, this is a story I can bring back home to my dad. And that was just a personal thing. And then after that, you walk up to more booths and I learned about storage solutions, something I've never thought I'd need to think about, but of course I do now. Or networking, things like that. One particular conversation that I absolutely loved was a panel that I went to for the YouTuber Markiplier, who just made a $3 million independent film. Really cool. It was a great lesson on how you can just do stuff if you really want to do it. And that's sort of what that project was. And it brought a very large audience of, I guess, people my age, around NAB. After the panel, I ran into some more SMPTE members, people I've never met before, but they looked at our badges and we talked for like an hour or two after that, just networking. And those are memories that I will always bring with me or like have with me that you can only make by getting out there and going to an event like this one. And the way that I got out there, it was hard, but I just started grabbing pens and went from there. Thank you.
I'm glad you mentioned AI because actually that was the question that came up from our YouTube audience, which is, you know, did anyone see any interesting AI things at the show? So anyone who wants to speak?
I did get one shot. This company was in deep conversation. They were having a private meeting, and I did a couple of still shots about scripting and so forth with AI. But as a cinema major, I wanted to have the hands-on of writing my scripts and so forth. So I didn't really want to like jump on the bandwagon for that because that's a touchy topic and so forth. But a lot of the stuff that they're using now does use AI. You mentioned on BEMA Live, he uses an AI bot to take care of all the busy work behind the scenes and so forth. So a lot of the software out there, a lot of the technologies and so forth are using it, and I'm for it. I just think on the creative side of things, I want to do it. I want to do it from a human perspective.
Anyone else, AI?
Yeah, I actually took a workshop called how to use AI as a creator, and they have all the top 5 AI softwares that are common to the consumer or just anybody that's working in tech, and they would show us how to like prompt, do templates, lay out the 5 important questions to ask AI to render something for me, such as like if I want to monetize my software or my production, it would show me like, okay, do these 5 templates, send them out to all these 5 AI softwares separately, then combine them, get the results from all 5 AI softwares. And then just evaluate them, you know, and then make something, mix, mash, or copy and paste whatever I liked from that and then send it back, you know. And those are like little techniques that I learned from a person that works at Apple, you know. He's a major educator and he just gave us the spiel of how to do it, you know, and it's good. The fact is that it's a fearful thing to talk about AI when I don't know about it, but it's also a mind-blowing, expanding information. Whereas if I know how to use it, I'd get to certain levels or get to different spaces. Of course, if nobody knows this, it's the fact that when I use AI the first time and I don't know what to prompt it, it's going to give me like a whole bunch of spiel. Like it's just going to give me everything from world sources, you know, like everything. But if I condense it to something different and like make it minimize and send it prompts or information that's going to give me a specific information, it's going to give me that. So I'm very thankful for having that. And as a SMPTE member, the treasurer as a SMPTE member, I'm learning how to broadcast, and I'm learning how to be a content creator or just a streamer. I've also took a streaming class, which is LinkedIn for social media, and how to brand myself, how to connect with people, make my network. And I thought it was pretty interesting how they gave me that information. And I could only get it at NAB. It's very condensed workshops there. It's like once in a lifetime workshops where I could meet state-of-the-art people there, and they'll just give me everything I need, and it's worth it.
So, another question from the YouTube audience is, NAB is giving you a little bit of the reality, right? It's like this is the equipment people are really using. These are a lot of professionals that are attending the show. Do you feel like your classes that you're taking right now at City College, San Francisco, at De Anza College are preparing you for this industry?
Oh, definitely. I mean, in school, I'm allowed to have state-of-the-art industry standard software, even if it's 5 years old. It's still the standard. It doesn't matter if it's 6K, 8K, as long as it streams HD and it's capable of going online. It's a good image. It streams properly. Right now we have these Panasonic cameras and they're amazing. They probably don't make them anymore, but it's good enough. The thing is, what I want to say about the YouTube content creation is it's accessible, and it's definitely something to learn. It's definitely good to have and have it under my belt, and it's out there for me to learn and teach. If I want to become an educator one day, I have the access to it.
Well, actually, Lorena, I was going to ask, I'll start with you, but would you recommend that students go to the NAB show based on having been there yourself?
Yes, I highly recommend it. I think it's an eye-opener to what you're about to step into as far as a career. And I also think that it will give you an idea of which corner of broadcasting you want to go into. You want to be in radio, you want to be in TV, you want to be in film, you want to be post-production, you want to create things like AI, you want to work on lights. Oh my God. I mean, it's just, you can do a lot of different things. You want to work on storage and, just help companies streamline their whole workflow. I mean, you can do so many things. You can be a cameras operator, operate multiple cameras. It's incredible. I highly recommend it. If you're looking to go into this industry, I think it's something that everyone should experience at least just one time around. Yeah.
Same question for Nico.
I've already signed up to the newsletter to go back next year, and I'm actually going for the full conference, not 2 days, okay? Hint, hint. I just want to touch something really quick about AI because you're going to learn a lot. A lot of it has to do with AI when you go to the NAB show, and I'm not saying it's an evil thing. It's a good thing. It's a tool, and I'm seeing all these great companies are utilizing it to make our work easier. I'm going back from someone who's traditional in Photoshop, having to clean a background where now AI can just knock it out for me and I can focus on my design. You can't beat that. I completed the screenplay courses here at City College, then took up production planning. You write your script, and then whether you write the script or not, you're going to shoot the movie. You've got to schedule. You have to create a schedule, and you have to do a budget. And what happens is it allows you to use AI to break down the script easier. If you had to do it by yourself, it would take you probably 2 weeks. You can do it in 2 minutes. That's life-saving. That's the tool that I see in AI for filmmakers.
So, Javi, would you recommend to a friend, who's into film, TV, to go visit the NAB show next year?
Yeah, I definitely recommend friends to go to the NAB. It's at Las Vegas. It's a really great time. Yeah, or New York. It's a really great time. Definitely eye-popping. I definitely need to condense my interests So I'm interested in broadcasting and live streaming, and I found a lot of information. It's good to know the set etiquette. It's good to go to school and learn set etiquette, learn the histories of broadcasting, because then over time, I'm eventually going to become a radio host, maybe become a streamer, or a podcaster, and I need to know the set etiquette. It's not about going to Amazon, just buying the basic stuff. It's definitely about having quality, and I think that's important.
Yeah, Kaga?
For me, I definitely would recommend any student who was part of BEMA or any student who's part of like this major to like invest in something like this, because it was not only eye-opening, but I learned so much from just going around each booth and just soaking in all the information, and not only the free stuff, but just to see what's out there, and expanding my mind in terms of like what the future holds.
Zachary?
One of the De Anza SMPTE chapter members that we brought with us, there was 5 of us total, was a screenwriting major. They know nothing technical. They're now interested after NAB, and I think that's the point that I'm trying to go towards, which is you don't need to be a tech-savvy person to enjoy NAB, National Association of Broadcasters. You just have to be ready to learn and willing and wanting. You don't need to know your specific niche. I don't, but I do know that I'm raring to learn, and NAB was such an awesome opportunity for that. Any opportunities that you do have in general to learn, you should take. They're in front of you right now. NAB graciously was in front of me, and I really hope that it's in front of so many more people to get to learn what the industry is up to today, so you can learn what you want a bit more. And one more thing about the trinkets that I grabbed and all that jazz. Me and those members gathered them all into a big pile, and now we love giving them away during our SMPTE chapter meetings to the members that show up. It's a little bit of NAB that we brought back for others, and I think the reason why we want to do that is because it is an accessible thing. It doesn't sound like it, Vegas or New York. I don't live in either places. You have to make a trip out of it, but you just have to make it happen. You have to want to learn, and it will.
Was that interesting for people going to Vegas? Or anyone Vegas for the first time?
It wasn't my first time, but first time unsupervised.
Okay.
And
okay.
Nothing crazy happened, of course, but it was definitely a new environment. For example, there was, I believe, a NAB hosted mixer after the first opening night, and my colleagues and I went to it, and it ended up just being a Vegas nightclub, no mixer involved. So it's just things like that, learning experiences. But overall, like the people that I did meet, it was great. What happens stays in Vegas. I took away the learning, and that was great. How was your experience?
Any more comments on Vegas, Ben? Sure, go for it.
I mean, other than that, it was pretty good. I didn't get in too much trouble.
My experience was pleasant. I've met a lot of industry people. I've met the Allen and Heath booth operator who's from the Bay Area, and he suggested I come to his workshop with Allen and Heath, and I thought it was interesting, yeah.
We stayed at the Sahara Las Vegas, which was on the monorail thing, which I recommend if you can get a spot that's on the monorail. It makes it easy to get to the convention center and back. And the Tesla Loop is hype, all hype, okay? Don't even think about using it. And I did make a friend with a slot machine in our hotel.
Okay.
Yeah, I made a killing, like $6,000. It carried on to the airport, and I won another $2,000. But anyway, yeah, I'm coming back.
Not lying.
For NAB.
I'm going to hitch a ride with him because, yeah, he treated us really well when he won those. He took us out for dinner. So that was like a special, unrelated thing to NAB. But yeah, anyway.
So I'm really glad you guys you went beyond just here's the conference and here's the trade show, here's the exhibit hall. By the way, there's 3 halls, so if you missed the one.
North Hall,
then-
West Hall, Central.
Yeah, exactly. And then plus some of you made it to the mixers or some of the parties and things that are happening. I think that's fantastic. Anyone else hit a party?
No, but I did go to the Erotic Heritage Museum. It's an educational museum.
Okay.
But believe it or not, it's not a dirty pornography kind of thing. It's actually like educational, and it's the only educational erotica museum in the whole nation. I thought that was pretty awesome.
The only museum I want to go to, I still haven't made it to, is the Neon Sign Museum. I don't know why. That just seems like it would be very cool.
The neon
one I
sign.
went to was I think it was called the Nuclear something Museum. And that nuclear testing, because they used to do that there, right? So that was, Javi, what were we going to say?
When I first arrived on Saturday, I took the public bus from the airport to our actual hotel. And it was pretty convenient because the bus goes all down the strip and it's cheap, I mean, hauling my backpack and that's about it. It's pretty efficient. Oh yeah, we had pancakes. What was it? There's these massive pancakes. Yeah.
They were like as thick, 2 pancakes was one. It was as thick as 2 pancakes was 1 pancake. Oh yeah, they basically made double pancakes as into 1 pancake, and no one, the waitress was like, I've never seen anyone finish these.
So besides the
basically, we ate
pancakes,
good
you
in
have
the
to tell me,
neighborhood.
I have to find out where those are, but also the monorail, that's a good tip. The bus that just goes down the strip, easy to use, that's a good tip. So
And also, when you arrive at the airport, there is a shuttle you can pay round trip. So it'll take you to your hotel. It goes all around for all the hotels, and it'll give you a pass to go back. And I took it to go back to the airport. So there's ways to go there where it's affordable, and you can still experience NAB for free. So definitely, if you get a chance, go to NAB next year for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely good to budget ahead. Definitely good to budget ahead. There's some fees that I got caught up with, and I dealt with them. I enjoyed the time, but it's also a pleasure meeting people at the airport that come from San Francisco or from the area I'm from that are not even NAB enthusiasts or tech enthusiasts or film and broadcasting. They're just like company owners that want to know more about our tech, like film, broadcasting, streaming. They may become content creators, and it's interesting. I met a restaurant owner. I met a chef that's going to become a content creator. He's going to make his own little TV show. And I thought it was pretty cool, just come to NAB and just learn something new. So, yeah, definitely it's a good place to learn. There's a lot of workshops, a lot of booths that want to teach you how to use their equipment. They have internships. And, yeah, it's just a vast lane of information.
So, something about learning about Javi, he knows how to network. He's already got a connection. You're going to check out this guy, Alan Heath, with the workshop thing happening after the show. And very cool. I like it. Yeah. By the way, something that Zachary mentioned earlier was about the souvenirs that you brought back from the show. So anyone mention, what was the most interesting piece of swag that you guys brought back from the show? Anyone?
I'll say before NAB, I knew of the equipment that we used at De Anza. We have used it, for example, we have a set of anamorphic lenses, and I really liked them. But at NAB, I actually got to go up to the vendors and put a face to a name. Not particularly the CEO, but you get what I mean. And I would say my favorite trinkets that I got were the anamorphic lenses that we use at De Anza. I got a really cool bag from that brand. They're Siri. And we also got a new set of lenses by a company named Nisi, some really awesome sharp spherical lenses. And I got some stuff from them too. So if there's anything that I kept from the show, it were those 2 things, and everything else, so many bags from Nikon, Fujifilm, little pins, pens, chapstick, not giving that away. But
Okay.
But it was nice. Oh, something that I did pay for though, you were talking about the bookstore. I'm transferring to California State University of Northridge for cinematography in the fall, and I bought myself the American ASG, American Society of something like that, cinematographers, ASC.
ACE?
It was Cinematographer Manual, 11th edition. So I'm going to try to get started on that learning. That was an investment in myself, but anyways, I got some cool free stuff, put a name to a face, and I also invested a little bit too. Did you get anything?
Kaga?
Me? The most interesting piece of free swag that I had, I think it was a shot glass. So, it was that, and I mean, there's, nicks and necks and everything like that, but, besides the shot glass, the most useful thing I got was, I think I got a flash drive,
Wow.
that was actually, I think, a terabyte. So,
Wow.
which is like random because I was like, whoa, okay, cool. I think because it was a roulette thing. You just spin to like sign up for this, and then you spin the roulette, and then you win something like that. But so it's pretty interesting because I kind of need that for film class and whatnot because raw files eat up so much memory space storage. Yeah.
A question came up from the YouTube group, by the way, which, people watching online, was that the issue of accessibility. And were there any products, did anyone see, that would help make production easier, make it easier for maybe someone that has limitation? Oh, wait, Kaga's got a thought here. Okay, whatever. Yeah. Go. Go.
Okay. Kind of like connecting with the AI stuff too. They had like a lot of gyroscopic cameras that track your movement a lot, which is gonna make production a lot more easier. Me and Javi was able to sit in a chair, and we were able to just sit there and have conversation, and and the cameras focused on us, perfect framing and everything too. But yeah, Javi can tell his experience too.
Did you want to say anything?
To add on to Koga, the trackers, the visual production trackers were pretty cool. There's this one awesome setup with just a smaller LED wall and its actor, and the post processing had a large scene that they were in, and the seamlessness between the LED wall and the computer generated scene was really cool. Again, thinking about how De Anza students might try stuff like that, will definitely need trackers. That was more of just me learning about that technology for the first time, rather than what are they doing up most recently at 2026 NAB. But that's what I found for workflow.
Well, what was the question again?
You know what? One thing I was really wondering about is, do you see NAB or a trade show as a way to maybe do job hunting or learn something about trying to get a job, that kind of thing? I'll confess, I've got 2 jobs out of trade shows already myself. So just my answer would be absolutely. But I'm just wondering, from you, if you see anything that way.
I know it's possible to get a job. I mean, they have, at NAB, I could find workshops that qualify me for these certifications, such as Ross or SpiderCam. I do football broadcasting for the football team. I do their practice reels and also do their game day reels. And the thing I know about it is I have to know football in order to get the footage I need. If it's going to be a run play, I need to anticipate the camera to be a run play. And that's exactly what Ross is doing. They hire people that are sports enthusiasts, and they can anticipate these movements, and that's what I know. And it's funny that I met the person at Ross Communications or Ross Broadcasting Systems. They're looking for people like that. I went to the Chase Center with the SMPTE crew, or SMPTE of San Francisco, and that's another thing I learned. It's I have to be able to anticipate the ball, anticipate movements. If it's going to be a 3-pointer, zoom in with the camera. If I'm going to be a camera operator, these little things that I may need to know if I'm going to be a sports broadcasting camera operator or tech, director of technical director. These little things I may need to be able to learn and know to get that job. So it is available. It is accessible.
And you mentioned the Chase Center, and Pac-12 and some of these other facilities are all SMPTE 2110 now, which is kind of this new direction in terms of the way infrastructure can be designed. So anyone else on the job finding
I tried, and the NBA was there. They were outside of the West Hall in the main lobby area, and you had to make 3 free throws. I made all 3. I'm still waiting for the call from them, but not a lot of people could make them because the rim was kind of gimpy. You can tell when people were hitting the rim, it would bounce back, but it's muscle memory for me. Thank you. Okay.
I have nothing.
Lorena.
Long-term jobs, I was just trying to get my foot in the door to begin with. So to network with people with the intent of seeing if I can work at that company, that was a bit hard. There was one time where there was, in the video at the beginning of our presentation when we were playing with that camera, I got super scared because there was someone with their name tag and it actually said DP on it, Director of Photography. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's probably someone I wanted to talk to, but I was too nervous. But the NAB and these opportunities as themselves, like there are a lot of people working. There's a lot of people walking around like us, but there's also a lot of like people working where you can get a foot in the door that way, same as you want to get your foot in the door as a PA wherever. When we went to the Chase Center, they were saying the same thing where they're like, if you want to work at this stadium, just get your foot in the door and then we can talk about actual jobs. At NAB, there were baristas giving coffee to executives, and that's how you can start that conversation. Or, you know, be one of the actors at one of the petting zoos, things like that. Just find any possible way to get your foot in the door first. That's what I was trying to do. My foot in the door was just simply going to NAB. Others could possibly be working at NAB. But just the tiny steps, just like that. I bet John has different experiences with landing full-on jobs. Yeah, Nico.
I do have one suggestion. If you do go to the NAB show next summer, next spring, make sure you have your badge scanned everywhere you go. It's really important because they do reach out to you. There's a QR code on your badge for a reason. They want to know who's coming. They'll send you details and so forth. So if there's something you're interested in or you're looking for a job to work with a particular company, let them know and they'll scan your badge and so forth. And they were really friendly to do that. That was really cool about that. I'm getting stuff that keeps coming in, and there's things that's piqued my interest for filming as I get ready to make my feature film that's going to help me, you know, so I can always reach back to them. There was a company from South Korea that takes video and they can multiply up to 4K. And that was kind of cool. I talked to one person. 5 days later, they were back in South Korea, and they sent me an email and asked me for one clip to do a test. So, yeah.
Any more suggestions for people thinking about going to NAB or a trade show next year? Any more suggestions? Any more thoughts? Yeah, Koga.
Come with it like a game plan, like an itinerary. Going there and not doing your research beforehand, it can be pretty overwhelming especially for your first time too. But now not knowing going there for the first time and going my second time, I'm going to go again next year. I'm gonna like definitely see what company's going to show up first and so too, and definitely hit those first, and then and definitely just soak up in a lot more than usual.
They also have an app. We forgot to mention the app.
You should talk about the app.
They have an amazing app that lets you know where you are on the floor, and you can search for a company name or even a topic, and it'll move the map around and help you get to where you want to go. So definitely taking Koga's advice, when you sign up, study what they have online, and then make sure you download the app, and you'll be able to find what you want. You'll be going with a game plan if you do that.
Yeah, the maps in the app were very helpful. Because we were looking for all the little booths, and like they had these tiny little numbers taped to the bottom of the floor, and then up there way in the ceiling they also have numbers, you know, where you have to look. So you're looking at these tiny numbers up there, and then you're also looking up here. So but having that the NAB show app was very helpful.
By the way, SMPTE had a booth at the show. I don't know, did anyone actually make it over to the booth?
Yeah,
somebody
we did.
here.
I think Javi, myself, and Koga, we got to, they welcomed us again. We met them last year, so we got to hang out with them and share what we've gone through so far and so forth. But yeah, it's always a pleasure. We always look out for them. And I just want to say, when I arrived on Sunday morning, I met Owen from Stanford, a professor at Stanford. Misha's a good friend of Misha. And the second person I met was you, John. Because
Okay.
I arrived and I was looking for my classmates and so forth, and we got to bump into each other. So that was kind of cool. So I'm like, I'm back. Cool.
Zachary, did you make it to the SMPTE booth?
Yes, I did make it to the SMPTE booth, and it was pretty cool. They had pens of their own, so I got one in my favorite color, red, but overall it was very nice. I met some really awesome SMPTE members. Like, it was my second time meeting Mark Zorn of Marvel Studios. I met I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, the executive director of SMPTE, who was manning the booth, and that was pretty cool. It was really nice to see our colors just in the grand scheme of it all. We had our spot in there too. Again, very cool. There's some really cool SMPTE pens. If you ever go to one of these conventions, please visit our booth because we got some nice stuff for you.
Javi?
Yeah, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I know SMPTE's been around since 1920.
A little bit longer.
A little bit longer. So right next to SMPTE booth,
1920s, South Park.
right next to SMPTE booth, they had the old Nagra recorder, sound recorder. They had the old slate. It wasn't a time code slate, but they had all these old antique vintage gear that I seen. I was like, whoa, this is all related to broadcasting. And I thought it was interesting. It's like really cool how SMPTE was like one of the leading booths at these national exhibits, and it just expanded to something massive, you know. And you could see that SMPTE was like the first booth you see when I walked into the convention. It was like SMPTE booth. That was the first booth, and then it just beyond that it just expanded. So it's really cool to know the history and learn the history of SMPTE.
So
Thank you.
SMPTE's made movies and television possible because you need standards so that, you know, you make a film and that can go on anyone's projector. So the beginning was sprocket holes for the film, and then eventually it's, you know, the different formats required for television, for color, now for getting video over IP with the SMPTE 2110. So these standards are absolutely essential. So yeah, it's been a fantastic history. And other groups were there, the Society of Broadcast Engineering, the Audio Engineering Society. All of these groups are open and either free or relatively inexpensive for students to go. And then also conferences. So in addition to the NAB conference, SMPTE has its own conference. I believe it'll be November this year down in Pasadena. And then there's Cinegear coming up at the beginning of June, and that's a pretty amazing show. If you like things like innovative carts and stuff like that, that
I'm
is the
attending
show for
Cinegear,
innovative
actually.
carts, you know, so that kind of thing, yeah, great. Plus, there was a lot of discussion about the various schools, about San Francisco State University and so on. Northridge was mentioned and so on. So a fantastic website that's available on the Cal State Entertainment Alliance, the CC, it's a really great resource. And of course, SMPTE, the SMPTE.org site is a fantastic resource, and SMPTE is free for students for the first year. So I think it's a good thing to wrap up. And so really appreciate everybody's time today. And just thanks to my panel very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. I got it.
Do you have a passion for movies and television? Are you thinking of a career in media technology? SMPTE is a global society of media professionals, technologists, and engineers working to drive the industry forward, and SMPTE students are some of our most valued members. We can provide the tools and support needed for young professionals to find success and transform the industry for the better. Technical brilliance, creative passion, and a shared dedication to the collaborative process. These are the standards of excellence SMPTE members strive for every day. From the early days of entertainment technology to the latest digital media breakthroughs, the brightest minds in the industry have found their community in SMPTE. Will you?